themselves. Here are Gary and Marianne enjoying good food and good health in large part by cutting right back on sugar. When I started this journey, I thought I was doing all right, moderation in all things, a bit of sugar to go with the exercise. Turns out, I was far from all right. My blood count was too high in the fats that cause strokes and heart attacks. I discovered that our sugar-rich diet and the volumes of soft drinks we're swilling is tipping us into a crippling health crisis.
Kids are coming into the hospital having their teeth out in record numbers. What we do know is that we don't give our 2-year-old kids tobacco to smoke, we don't give our 2-year-old kids alcohol to drink, but we do give our 2-year-old kids soft drinks to drink.
Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's to reduce sugary intake, and the simplest to identify that adds no other nutritional value would be to reduce the consumption of sugary beverages.
The question is, how much proof do you need before it's time to make a change? We need to turn this around. This is a public health crisis, and there's only one way to do it. Get the sugar out of the food.
Well, I cut sugar, and result, my bloods came right and I lost weight. Sugar is now implicated in all sorts of diseases. I've looked at the research and I'm convinced. Sure, big portion sizes, processed foods and a lack of exercise also contribute. But we can't force people to exercise. We can do something about reducing sugar. If we don't, the burden on our healthcare system doesn't bear thinking about. So here's the thing. Clearly what Yandara School's achieved is remarkable. They have changed the way that their kids eat, and because of that, they've reduced the amount of obesity in the school. Who likes cucumber? Oh, the kids are better in class, their families are changing, and it's changing the wider community as well. It's all very well to talk about personal responsibility, and a lot of people think that's just people should sort stuff out for themselves. The truth is that that's not how you change behaviour. The psychology of how you change behaviour is you need leadership, and you need focus, and you need follow-up, and you need people to steer the process. It's what the team at Yandara School have done, and it works. But while the opposing sides dig in, at Yandara School in South Auckland, they're not waiting. They're taking their own action. Here they've banned soft drinks, and they're encouraging real lifestyle change. So, how entrenched was all that fast food, sugary drink stuff when you first started?
Oh, incredibly entrenched. It was just the junk food was who we were here. We didn't see any healthy food. We didn't see fruit. We didn't see bread, we didn't see water. So we would see the takeaways coming in for lunch, we would see the takeaways coming for breakfast. That was who we were at that time.
And there's been a marked ripple effect. In terms of changing behaviour at home with parents, has that made a difference?
We've used our children to be the educators of their parents, basically. And it's really lovely when parents come in and tell us funny stories of when they've been to the supermarket, shopping with their 5-year-olds who will say, no, we can't have that. We want to have healthy food, and this is the reason why.
No fast food here, and the principal says they're getting noticeably slimmer. So what have you guys got in your lunch today? You've got an enormous bag of carrots, and look at that, we've got the nuts in there, and you've got oranges and yogurt and fruit. What's better for your teeth? Is it better to drink water or fizzy drink?
Water.
Aha.
Water makes you better.
Yes, it does. Water makes you better.
And you go toilet.
Yes, that's true. Out of 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, because they're drinking too many sugary soft drinks. It's utterly preventable, and it's utterly wrong. So just how much sugar goes into the soft drinks that are rotting our kids' teeth? So the likes of this one here, right, your pretty standard 1.5 litres.
Divided by 4, we get 40 teaspoons.
40 teaspoons of sugar.
Out of 33,000 items that are sold in the average supermarket, that is the #1 selling item.
This is green. That must be good. Surely it's green. This one's worse. It's got 12.6 grams.
We get 47 teaspoons of sugar.
So this is the better part of 50, if we're going around it.
Almost 50 teaspoons.
47 teaspoons of sugar. And this is your standard kids' birthday party fare?
Exactly. And if we have a look at this product here, this serving size is 1 and it has 600 mils. We get 16 teaspoons of sugar.
And if a kid has it,
then they're having 5 days worth of sugar
so this
in
is
one hit.
5 days worth of sugar in a bottle.
Exactly.
Good God. I'm genuinely surprised by this. I had no idea. So now, I want to find out what the food industry has to say.
So what they do? Dump in the sugar.
And not just that, low fat didn't make us any thinner. In fact, just the opposite. We've got steadily fatter and unhealthier as the sugar in our diet has increased. So that's it. High sugar's out for me. Refined carbohydrates are getting the heave as well. At Nelson Hospital, they directly implicate the white stuff with another incredibly serious health risk. This time, it's the impact soft drinks and juices are having on children's dental health. I'm in the theatre with Dr. Rob Beaglehole and his team. What size problem are we dealing with here?
In terms of the number of children having their teeth extracted each year, it's a huge number. Last year, 34,000 children aged under 14 had one or multiple teeth extracted for dental reasons. And we also know that this number has been increasing year after year.
So Rob, because even to a muppet like me, that looks like this thing's gone wrong there.
Well, that's right, Nigel. What I can see here is that all of these front teeth here have holes or dental decay.
Yeah.
That these shadows here decay. What we can also see is the permanent teeth up here.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, this tooth here, which has decay into the nerve and is black in the mouth, is going to need to be extracted.
It's worse than I imagined and totally preventable.
That tooth's coming out. We heard from the parents that they admitted that they had a diet high in sugary drinks, and we know that sugary drinks is the #1 source of sugar in the New Zealand diet for children. The mother was talking about Coca-Cola in her baby bottle.
Think about people going up at a nanny state, but sometimes you actually need a nanny.
But this general anaesthetic is costing possibly $5,000 taxpayer.
Yeah. I guess the thing that really struck me is standing watching this, the room was full of anaesthetists, there were dentists, there were house surgeons, there were theatre nurses, there was all the kit that was in there was 3 hours worth of theatre time, and I just kept thinking, like, none of this needed to be. In the end, this little girl had 6 teeth extracted under general anaesthetic, which is a potentially dangerous procedure at the best of times. What implications does it have if you lose 6 teeth?
Well, she's going to have eating problems, she's going to have aesthetic problems, socialising problems, and also, unfortunately, she's going to have major orthodontic issues, which is going to involve complex orthodontic treatment later down to try and move the teeth around.
And as I soon learned, she was just one of several treated by Rob and his team today.
How old is this child again?
She's just turned 2.
She's just turned 2. On these front 4 teeth, there's actually no tooth surface left. All we can see is roots. So this child has been in a lot of pain.
So this is literally, the soft drink has dissolved the tooth to the gum line.
To such an extent, and it may have only taken about 6 months for this to happen. But we can see that the nerve is actually bleeding. I haven't even started yet.
As a parent, this is excruciating to watch.
All that infection is horrible.
really smacks you in the face about all of that is that you've got a whole operating theatre full of really qualified people. That's about $5 worth of theatre time, let alone the fact we could be doing other stuff with it, to pull teeth out of 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds because they're drinking too many sugary soft drinks. It's utterly preventable and it's utterly wrong.